Okay, so here's the real deal. Some parenting fails are massive and they gnaw at your consciousness and they make you feel really guilty and they can eat away at your soul at times. And I've had those, a lot of those. Some parenting fails are just funny and you kind of learn from them and you're like, probably shouldn't do that again. And it's the language we choose sometimes, right? So here's the funny one. My two funny parenting fails this week. Because I had the massive ones. So I'm going to focus on the small ones because they make me laugh. And sometimes you just need to laugh instead of cry or feel sad. And so the first one is my daughter, who's 4. I was trying to encourage her to go into like the big pool and not the kiddie pool at our community pool. And so she was like, well, it's warmer in the kiddie pool. So I said, parenting fail number 1. It's like, that's because, you know why it's warm? It's because little kids wear those little swim diapers, but sometimes they pee in the pool, and that's why it's warmer. The big pool, nobody's peeing in that as much. And I thought it was a great encouragement because she didn't want to go in that kiddie pool anymore. Fast forward to the next day when one of her friends was like, let's go in the kiddie pool. And Kaya goes over and she's like around the perimeter of the little kiddie pool, not interested at all in even dipping a toe in. And her friend's like, I can help her. Or no, it was a mom. A mom was like, I can help her get in if she's scared. I was like, I don't think she's scared. Like, I don't think she knows how to go into the kiddie pool. And she comes over to me and she goes, Mama, I don't want to go in pee water. I was like, damn. Kids don't forget stuff. Remember that. Kids don't forget stuff. Now, the second parenting fail is that kids also find loopholes like nobody's business. So she has a stuffed animal. No, she has a doll. She has a doll, and her doll's name is Nayana. And so we've spent the entire morning focusing on getting ready and other things that were non-related to academics. And so I thought, let's have an academic moment. And I said, well, how do you spell her name? And she started to spell, and she's like, well, I don't know. And I said, well, that's the great thing about being a parent is you get to choose how you want to spell your kid's name. And so she started to spell Nayana with an N and like had all the syllables, and like she was doing really well. And then she goes, you said I can decide? I said, yeah. She was like, well, then I don't think it's going to start with an N. I think I'm going to have it start with an E. I said, oh no. I was like, you also, as a parent, don't want your child to be suffering from other people never being able to know what her name is because you gave her some crazy spelling to her name. So there's a balance, Kaya. Parenting fail number 2. Here's what it is. Just be careful. Toddlers and precocious toddlers, pay attention to everything. Every detail. They will find your loopholes and they will never forget. So what I'm learning this week is be very careful about the kind of advice I give my daughter and how I give that advice. Find a good moment in your day, especially when it might be feeling like shit. That's my good moment, even though it's a parenting fail. It's the lessons that honestly, there is no guidebook in this process. And we're going to fall and trip over our words and eat our words and make a lot of mistakes. It's a learning process, just like everything else in life. And use it as your way of growing, of understanding yourself better, and of finding those moments of just the simplicity of life and learning through your kids. Because they teach us a lot about themselves and about ourselves. Happy Friday Eve. That's my Thursday thought today.